Cisco ISE Setup Assistant is a 4-step simple wizard designed to help network administrators configure ISE with all the essential features and ready to use for your corporate network in almost no time. ISE Setup Wizard can be launched by clicking the link on the top right corner of the ISE landing page. Once it's launched, it asks you a series of questions, essentially to collect high-level information about the customer network, such as network status, provisioning policies, BYOD, guests, etc. In the very first step, the wizard asks about the type of network access. Users can select either wired, wireless, or both. In case of a wired selection, the wizard needs information about the mode, such as to select either monitor or enforce mode, as well as the type of Cisco IP phone. Most of the questions are mandatory, otherwise they are marked as optional. We have also designed an efficient help system classifying the user experience into field-level contextual help and page-level global help. Users can select, deselect, or reselect any option. The Setup Assistant therefore functionally calculates the required or given information during the process. The very next step of the wizard is about configuring network access services. It asks users to provide information about authentication, posture compliance, profiling, proxy, guest services, etc. While authenticating users, administrators can either create internal users or select via Active Directory domain. Once the required information is provided, the wizard moves to the next step. In this step, the user is asked to enter the type of Cisco switches and wireless LAN controllers that are being used in the network. For better understanding and visibility of the network, we have provided a pictorial network diagram. Once the devices are selected, the wizard asks a few additional questions about the device name, IP address, VLAN ID, and interfaces to identify and configure them effectively. As an example, in case a wireless LAN controller administrator needs to enter relative information about the device. The last step is about final review of all the information that has been provided by the user in the previous steps. Users can go back to any steps at any time and change any corresponding information. As an example, if a user would like to opt in for guest service setup, he can go to the Access Service Configuration page and check the Allow Guest radio button and fill out the sponsor's credentials accordingly. However, any information that is required for this new change can be visible in the next step. In this example, since the user has chosen Guest Service, the Network Device section asks information about guest SSID, VLAN, and gateway IP address. The next button will not be enabled until that information is correctly provided. Once the setup information is confirmed, the system administrator can press the Confirm Configuration button to finalize the configuration. The machine therefore starts automatically creating policies and setting up network devices within the next few seconds. Once the configuration has completed, the wizard shows 3 tabs of information. The first tab has information about all the questions and answers. The second tab shows about the wireless LAN controller and switch configuration, which can be copied and saved as a text file. Expert users are often likely to do more accurate editing, so they can edit and paste them into their switch console. The third tab is about what configuration the Setup Assistant has been generated, such as policies, profiles, and DACLs, etc. Once you exit the wizard, you can verify configuration in respective ISE pages, such as authentication or authorization policies. The policies created by the Setup Assistant have been prefixed by AutoGen to identify them as automatically created by the wizard. You can view all the configuration information anytime under the View Network Device Configuration selection. However, If you choose to run the Setup Assistant once again, it will delete all previously configured policies and start again from the start.
Do you think any complex enterprise security and access control software can ever be configured and ready in less than 30 minutes? If your answer is no, ISE Setup Assistant Wizard will prove you wrong.
Setup Assistant is a task-based information design, an idea of demonstrating the simplest user experience of complex network access management software through just the minimal essential steps. It saves an incredible amount of time and effort of configuring ISE, guides users more practically, and is an easy way to get into the application and the network.